Slipper going infield for Lolosio. Lolosio to McReight.
The Rugby Championship Round 3 clash between Australia and South Africa produced plenty of talking moments, some more significant than others. But for me, the standout moment of the game came in the 57th minute, when the game really could have gone either way. This fabulous pre-planned move saw the South African defence split down the middle, with Fraser McReight finishing off the try. But how did they score it? To answer that question, we've got to look deeper into the Australian attack than just that play. Let's start with a closer look at how scrum half Nic White manoeuvres around the breakdown and how Australia attack. Firstly, notice how immediately after he's passed the ball, White accelerates in a wide arc, which pretty much always opens the possibility for a return pass. Secondly, Australia play almost all of their phases off 9. And finally, and most importantly, they run the same plays time and time again, which slowly starts to buy the opposition defence. From a centre-field ruck and just 2 phases after the turnover, Matt Phillip stands tight to the ruck and also really flat, with White arcing around for the possible return pass, which he doesn't get this time. The next run of the play comes shortly afterwards, with South Africa restarting after a penalty goal. Reece Hodge takes the restart and immediately looks to set a centre-field ruck. As with the first example, Alaalatoa stands short and flat, but this time we've got some extra pieces to the jigsaw. An outside support line from Phillip and an inside support line from behind the ruck by Len Ikitau, which does enough to get a half break. So what have you seen so far? Both versions have come from a situation where there's been a change in possession, and both have been attempted from a centre-field ruck. So there should be no surprise that Australia were pretty keen to recreate these scenarios, and goal line dropouts do that perfectly. So from this scrum, they're happy to kick early and long, with a strong chase giving Willems a little option but a touchdown. Now the beauty of a goal line restart, as with a halfway restart, is that you can pre-plan your receipt formation and what you might do off it, but with the bonus of being much closer to the try line than a halfway restart. So without delay, Korobete moves the ball to Valentini, who immediately aims for a centre-field ruck, supported, as planned, by McReight, Phillip and Arnold. And there's no surprise with what comes next. We've got James Slipper stood tight and flat, Jed Holloway running the outside support line, which attracts the outside defence, while Nic White's arc is what draws the inside defence across field. And then Lolosio runs a late inside support line, looking to expose the space created around the ruck. But South Africa do well to shut off the attack with their trademark high line speed. However, there's no doubt in my mind that Australia would have just seen the opportunity to break inside. And it didn't take long to put all that preparation into practice. A mix of excellent defence from Paisami and rapid speed over the ball from McReight does enough to force a turnover, and Paisami wastes no time in booting the ball into the in-goal area, gaining another goal line restart. Following the script, Hodge passes quickly to Valentini, who sets that all-important centre-field target, with McReight, Phillip and second-row replacement Darcy Swain in support. So why centre-field as the target? Well, there's 2 reasons that are really important to the play coming off. Firstly, centre field means that the defence have to cover both sides of the pitch. But more importantly, South Africa use their generally slower and less agile forwards to chase centre field. And here, we've got front row forwards, Marks, Kitsoff and Koch in the vital defensive positions. So with Slipper, Holloway and Lolosio all in position, it was time to pull the trigger on the play. Now for me, the fact that Kitsoff gets drawn so far across field by White's run is the primary reason for the line break. However, Australia did also plan in an insurance policy. South Africa's ruck defence policy means that the first defender on the opposite side to where the ball is going is responsible for folding under the ruck to fill the space inside the ball side defender. But as Koch tries to do so, he comes across McReight, who'd stood up and waited after clearing the ruck to make sure the Lolosio's path was clear. This also placed him in a perfect position to support the line break. and eventually take the scoring pass off Lolosio. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please do hit the like button and leave me a comment down below to help the channel grow. Until next time.